But some of the trends that we're seeing for B2B SaaS companies in this space, a key one that comes up from a technical perspective is that they are actually moving away from leads in Salesforce. And when I mean leads, I mean specifically leads versus contacts. It's been a subject of mass debate for a lot of companies. And the reason why they are realizing leads are no longer serving the purpose of the business is that a lot of SaaS companies, B2B SaaS companies, they're focused on those enterprise sales, those big elephants in the room that they want to target. And they're realizing that an account-centric model or focusing on key target accounts is going to better serve them. And one of the things that we know from a Salesforce perspective, we are Salesforce consultants in our foundation, is that leads cannot be associated to accounts. So we're seeing a big trend of companies having the discussion with their sales and marketing teams to say, do we want to make the move away from leads? And if any of you have any questions about that, want me to dive in deeper, feel free to ask. Continuing along those trends, and I have Francisco on the line on this because I'd love for him to dig in a little bit deeper, is this concept that companies are hiring what you may call a marketing engineer, especially as a tech stack grows, especially for marketing and sales, the technologies that are available there, the resources that you may have hired in the past, they're really needing to be more technical. And so one of the questions I wanted to actually precede here for Francisco is just some feedback that you may share of why companies are looking to hire a more technical person on the marketing operations side, or why it's so important to have someone play that role in your experience.
Yeah, I mean, things have changed a lot through the years, and it's mostly digital marketing. No matter what you're doing, there's a big emphasis on the digital part, right? It's all about data. It's really important that part of your team understands data from beginning to end, not only how it applies to marketing, but how it's going to be passed into sales, how it's being collected. There's a lot of nuances from, are we connecting through an app and gathering information that way? How do we connect that to your email automation platform? How do we connect that to your Salesforce? And there's then the other aspect of things where a little bit of coding experience, if it's just for web, really helps a lot, right? You want your emails to look the right way. You want your landing pages to look the right way. Having the talent in-house to edit or create different things that apply to your overall marketing strategy, that's what makes a difference. And that's becoming more important every single day.
I think the technologies are getting so advanced, and people are realizing that they can't just lean on sales being good enough, that they're not digging into their data. One of the things I've witnessed is that when you implement a technology, if sales are really good, people don't tend to spend a lot of time focused on their technical debt or their operational data. But as companies are starting to look to scale, or SaaS companies that are looking to get in more money from private equity, or they're looking to acquire different companies or get acquired, they're realizing that the data is king, the data is gold. And it's putting more of a pressure on sales and marketing to deliver on this data. And so the roles that are needed to understand the data, to make sure the data is accurate, that the technology that you're using is actually serving the business, it's changing. And people, as they begin to dive in, it's calling out some key gaps in the system. And so those technical roles that are getting added to companies are growing, and they're becoming more necessary. So following on to a couple other quick points as far as latest trends for B2B companies that we're seeing is that move to an account base or an account centric model, especially as companies are realizing I don't have to have Salesforce out of the box bog me down. I can customize it. There's new technologies that I can easily implement out there, like Engagio or Lean Data, where I can quickly move away from leads, or I can quickly start to think about, a view of an account-based model. There's a new tech stack out there. I mean, I think it's like hundreds of thousands. It's definitely tens of thousands of technologies out there for marketing and sales right now that you can implement. And a key element that you'll see out there is account-based marketing. So we've been working with a lot of SaaS companies, leverage account-based marketing or make a move to an account-centric model. And then the last trend is really improving the conversation and improving alignment with marketing, sales, and client success. And it goes back to the technologies are starting to overlap in these key areas, and they're also quite expensive. So as you're trying to justify those technologies, and if marketing's brought into the conversation of saying, okay, I'm no longer focused on just generating leads, generating demand, but I'm actually focused on closing accounts. That's a different metric, especially if companies are moving toward that ABM or that account-centric model. Marketing is being held accountable in a different capacity than it was previously. That is immediately allowing for more of a cross-functional collaboration between marketing and sales. If you have a more mature organization, or you're really starting to establish a client success team, or you're focused on renewals, especially because we're focused on SaaS clients here, marketing is also going to be a key element with client success, as well as sales. And there are key metrics that all three of those functions matter to them. So that's going to be a big trend that we're seeing. And a lot of the clients that are coming to us and asking us for, hey, what are business processes? What's advice that we can give, or strategic guidance that we can give? It's focused on improving that alignment, not just from the technology and the data, but all the way back up to business process, and just being able to have a clear conversation about what are the goals the company wants to do.